Oh, hey Dean, how you doing? Thought I would put this little video tutorial together here for you so you can get started on the Craigslist stuff. I've got your web pages done and ready to go here. So I created 10 different web pages for you that are exactly the same. And honestly, I'm not sure that we need to have a different web address in each of your ads that you're going to be posting daily, but in the past it helped us not get ghosted from Craigslist and have problems. So I thought it would just be easy enough to get it set up originally with 10 different web pages. So I'll try and be as articulate as possible here. Obviously, call me if you have any questions. I'm going to send over this posting sheet to you, and you've got a little bit of homework to do on it. But here are the 10 different web addresses, and then down here I put a copy of the master code that you're going to be using. Now down below where it starts here, day one, ad one, these are all my or Shirley's ads, and what we're doing is we're placing 10 ads a day. I'd highly suggest that you do the same to make your efforts worth your while. So we've got day one, ad one through ad 10. And then we've got day two, add 1 through 10, and then day 3, add 1 through 10. The reason we do 3 days is that on Craigslist, it just makes it simpler to repost. Once you start, and you'll see what I mean once you start doing it. But the first day you start posting, you're going to want to go in and just post all 10 ads. Day 2, all 10. Day 3, all 10. And then 48 hours after the last ad that you placed, after 48 hours elapses, it will then take on this renew status. And you'll be able to go through and renew that ad for 30 days. Then at that point, after 30 days, you're going to notice that they're going to look like this, where there's no renew status on there. What I do at that point is I just go back into my Word doc and I manually repost for the first 3 days after those, I guess they're not really expiring, but they're becoming non-renewable. By the way, I know we talked about your frustration in the past about getting ghosted and all that. There's still people out there that are flagging us. You can see here, I've got flagged 5 times in the last 3 days. That doesn't bother me. Actually, it gives me the opportunity, if I see that I've got flagged, I just go in, I grab the ad that they flagged, and I immediately repost. If for some reason you're getting flagged within the first couple minutes, or if I should say if your ads are getting deleted in the first couple minutes, then there's a problem that we'll need to address. But all these were, they'd sat on Craigslist for half a day and then someone flagged them. So there's just kind of some disgruntled people out there. Sometimes we'll go for 3 months and not get flagged, and sometimes they'll come in and mess with us a little bit, but I don't let it bother me. I just go in and just kind of go to war with them and keep reposting, and eventually they'll leave you alone. At least that's been my experience. So anyway, back to the Word doc here. Speaking of this, I'm going to send you this list of titles for you to pick and choose, whatever your style is. Here's some of Bill Pruitt's stuff that works. All these are proven. Here's a bunch of Shirley's. John Libby, a guy that used to do the Southwest Washington campaign. I actually use a lot of these in the stuff that I post. Here's some stuff from Reticulous. So just pick whatever you like. Obviously, you're changing the areas to reflect your areas. So I'll send that, and you can pick and choose what titles you want for yours. So back to the posting sheet here. What you're going to want to do, all this stuff is, as I said, for my account. If you want to keep these titles and just change the areas in them, you're certainly welcome to do that, but I just kind of wanted to give you this day one, add one thing so you can go in and fix this stuff. But what you're going to want to do for each one is you're going to want to grab this master code right here. This has been adjusted for your campaign, so now it says Washington County, and then I've got your name in here. So you're going to simply highlight that, Control C. I'm going to come down here and delete that, Control V to paste that in there. And the other thing you're going to want, well, this one's already got it changed, but you see right here, I have the HTML code, or not, I'm sorry, the web address inserted properly in here. Actually, I didn't grab all of it that I needed to. You get the picture. You want to grab everything from the left of that arrow all the way back to the beginning of the HTTP. So that one has been inserted properly. So really you're just going to be corresponding the web addresses to the add number. So add number 1, your URL for that one's going to be Washington County 1. We'll go down here and delete this one. Control V, just inserted that in there. And then the only thing you're going to want to do for add 2 is just go in here and change that to Washington County number 2. Delete, Control V, Washington County number 3. So you can see it doesn't take much time at all. So I've already got the first 3 done there for you. The only other thing we're going to need to figure out is how we're going to, and you're going to, I guess, going to need to kind of experiment yourself to see what the numbers look like regarding the number of listings that we're going to be posting. As you know, you've got the links that you send me every week that we send out for the weekly list. And I know you've seen this before, but this is how it looks. What we're going to need to figure out, though, is what it's going to look like for the instant list that people get, meaning that there's an autoresponder that once people sign up and opt into your web page, they're going to get an instant list of homes, and we're going to need to break that down, or you're going to need to break that down in a way that that makes it fairly easy for people to navigate. I guess what I'm wondering is, you know, you've got all those different areas, Beaverton, Aloha, that's area 150. You know, I suppose you could, you know, you could have a link in that, in the instant list that simply says, I'm sorry, I don't mean to ramble here. I'm just trying to get to your instant list from before. Let's take a look at that. It's been a long time since I've seen this. Just a moment. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. This particular one says click here to get an instant list, get instant access to this week's list of bank-owned homes. But, you know, if there's more than 3, I think the cap is 300 or something on there. So we may want to create a couple different links in this instant email, meaning, you know, click here to get the instant access to this week, to the instant list of homes in Beaverton and Aloha. And then below that, you know, click here to get a list of the links for, you know, whatever, the Southwest, Northwest Portland. So get that figured out. Let me know how you want that to read in the email here. Again, that's just going to kind of depend on how many listings are showing up on that. Obviously, it's up to you to create your saved search or however you want to do it. You know, if your criteria is you don't want to deal with things that are, you know, fixers or below 100,000 or, you know, whatever, just, you know, do what you want there. So hopefully that makes sense. I think I've covered what I need to cover now. As I said earlier, give me a call if you have any questions. Good to have you back, and let's make some money with this program. All right, Dean.